Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome back to the Candy Shop. As always, I am your girl, Candy Washington. Yes. As you guys come in, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and comment in the comment box. Let me know, how was your weekend? Where are you watching this from? And what do you want us to talk about first? Because today we are going to get into it. Yes, we're going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, that last episode. We are going to be talking about the last episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. It is finally picking up. Yes, and I want to say hi to you guys. I think my StreamYard is finally back on, so I can say hi to all of my lovely candy canes. I've missed you guys. Hey, Joanna Maurice. She goes, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, Joanna. Hope you had a great weekend. My girl Juanita is in the house. She says, hello, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, Juanita. Hey. Yes. Hey, Sharon Redmond. She goes, come through, Candy, my love. Yes, we are going to come through. So you guys, as you come in, be sure to subscribe and to like and to comment in the comment chat. If you guys are catching this on the replay, be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any time that we go live with our piping hot tea and reality television recaps. So put it in the chat box. What do you want us to talk about first? Do you want to cover Love and Marriage Huntsville? Because there is a lot to talk about with Messy Tiffany and Kimmie and Maurice and all of that drama. Or do you want to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac first? Finally, our series is heating up. It's getting popping. There's Mia, there's Eddie, there's Giselle. There is so much going on. But I want to know, what do you guys want to start with? Let me know. Hey, beautiful Kamiko. Yes. Hey, Kamiko. She goes, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, sweetheart. Yes. Hey, Miss T. She says, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, beautiful. Yes. Hey, Valda. How you doing? She says, hi to the Candy Cane family. Yes. Hey, Takika Warren. She goes, Love and Marriage Huntsville. I know that we're going to get into it. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yes, we are. Hey, Tamika Warren. She goes, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. Yes. Hi, Vibe. Come through. Hi, Vibe. Yes. Love and Marriage Huntsville. So you guys, we got some Love and Marriage Huntsville. So is that where we're going? Love and Marriage Huntsville over Roha? Is that it? Is that the last saying? Let's see. Sharon Redmond, start with how Maurice done lost his mind. Okay. That is a deal. But while we are all here, be sure to get those likes up. It really helps me in the algorithm. But let's get into it. Let's do this. Yes. Miss T says start with Messy Tiffany. Ooh, yes. My opinion, yours says Candy Canes love. Hello. Yes. Hey, beautiful Angela Gardner. She goes, hi, everyone. Hi. Yes. So we will start with Maurice, just because Sharon commented first, and then we'll do Messy Tiffany from Miss T's request. Yes. You guys come through. Darren Hood, hey, what is up? Hey, Darren, how you doing? All right, you guys, let's get into it. And as I go along, comment in the comment box. If you agree, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. If you have your own commentary, let me know. And then later on, when we get to 100 likes, I'm going to drop that link. So you guys can join us. Once we get to 100 likes, I'm going to drop that link. Hey, Deborah Smith. She goes, hello, Candy. Hi, everyone. Hey, Deborah. Hey. Yes. All right, you guys, we are going to get into it. So based on the comments, we're going to start with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's get into Maurice, because I got lots to say about Mr. Maurice. First of all, oh, wait. Hi, can I get a witness? She goes, hi, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, sweetheart. Yes. Hey, Sumai C. She goes, long time no see, Miss Candy and the Candy Canes. I know, girl. Last week, I had planned to come on, but life caught up with me. But I am back, and we are ready to go. So, yes, Sumai. Thank you, sweetheart. Long time no see, but we are here, and we are ready to get into it. You guys, you always have to take time for yourself and do self-care. So, yes, here we go. Hey, Aaron, the guy, he says hi. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I am getting distracted. I need to start. All right, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get started, you guys. Yes. Okay, we're gonna get started. Okay, so Maurice, right? Like I said before, he talks in platitudes, right? He always talks like he is about to go into some type of sermon, like, it's time for my son to put away childish things, and the Lord saith, and this, and that. And what I realized in this last episode, with his reaction to Tiffany putting on blast that Monster was caught vaping at school, and how he hadn't told Kimmie, and it was like this whole thing. And his reaction to it was, rightfully so, he got angry. Rightfully so, right? But I also think a part of it was him deflecting from the fact that he had not filled Kimmie in. So I think he was kind of like, let me puff up, be all mad, and speak in my platitudes. This is gonna blah, 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 black men, and and my kid, which rightfully so. However, you were dead ass wrong, Maurice, for not telling Kimmie what happened. You are a family. You are a unit. And that's why we had Kimmie's deer in headlight reaction. Remember I was saying how Kimmie was just like, I don't know, I guess Maurice, right? She responded that way because she didn't know. She was caught off guard. It was Maurice's job to fill her in so that she would know how to handle it if it did come up in public, right? They could have a united story. They could have a united front. They could have a plan in place to protect Monster. But when you don't tell your wife what is happening with your children in your household, then of course she's going to get caught out there like that. And that is a problem on Maurice's side. I feel like Maurice, and I say this respectfully, and I say this from a spirit of loving and honoring Black men. However, I feel that Maurice and his brother Marcel, they kind of, to me, feel like they are playing men instead of actually being men, if that makes sense. Like, Maurice always talks in like the platitudes and this, and this. And he always has these weird speeches like, this is what it takes to be successful. This is what it takes. It just takes the sacrifice to be successful. This is how it is to be successful. When Kimmie's just like, you don't have work-life balance. You don't show up fully in our relationship. You're not showing up fully for your own son that you fought so hard to have in your house. Like, you're not showing up for us. And it broke my heart when Kimmie was just like, I've accepted that. Like, I've accepted that I'm not going to get a honeymoon, which blew my mind. Girl, you waited 7 years for him to propose, and then when you finally got married, you didn't get a honeymoon? If I waited 7 years for any man on this planet, I would have had a year moon. It would have been a year of celebrating us if I waited 7 years for your ass to propose, okay? So I think Kimmie can do better. I think Kimmie is a woman. I love Kimmie. But you also have to remember Kimmie was a single mom, and she's much older than Maurice. So to me, that is more reflective of women who may have had children early on. They may be single parents, and even though they are beautiful, intelligent, successful women, they have this sort of low self-esteem going on that thinks that maybe they don't deserve more out of a partner. So maybe she dated younger. Maybe she you know what I mean? Maybe she sort of sacrificed things that she wanted in her relationship because she had some low self-esteem going on of, well, I'm this age, I'm a single mom, maybe I won't be able to get everything I want. Maybe I have to settle. Maybe I have to compromise, but to me, it's more of a sacrifice. So if that makes any sense. Whereas I think Kimmie deserves so much better, and she should get so much better. And I think that Maurice was lying through his teeth about two things, and I'll tell you why. One, he was lying through his teeth when he said that he appreciated and respected how Kimmie raised Jalen. That is a damn lie. He does not respect the way she raised her son. That's why she kept saying, well, anytime I give you advice, you don't really take it, or it doesn't really seem like you're open to my feedback. If I did such a good job raising Jalen, then how come you don't, want my input when it comes to raising your son? And he was like, oh no, I respect it. No, you don't. actions speak louder than words. Maurice thinks that he has it all figured out when he really doesn't. He's running on a very insecure thing. And his whole platitudes about this is what it takes to be successful. The majority of successful people, yes, you do have to sometimes work more, or sometimes you have to sacrifice in other places. But really successful people who actually know what they're doing don't really talk like that. And they also know how to have work-life harmony, where, yeah, sometimes the family might suffer a little bit. Sometimes the work might suffer a little bit, but they have more of a harmonious balance when it comes to all of these buckets. I'm sort of like Maurice. What does a Maurice do? Anybody know? Put it in the chat box. I don't know what he does. And two, this sort of like when it's like thou dost protest too much. When somebody says this is what it takes, this is what it takes, I always side-eye them and I'm like, are you actually successful? Do you actually know what you're doing? What are you actually hiding? And that again goes back to I don't believe he actually respects Kimmie's parenting ability. I think he kind of looks down on her that she raised her son by himself. And you also notice the way he talks about Jalen. Remember when he had all those conversations with like, well, what are you doing with your life now? And if I teach people how to be entrepreneurs and build businesses and I'm doing all this stuff and I can't even do it in my own household. And the kid was just like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm in college, like relax. Like, I don't need to be like the next Black Bill Gates, like out of the box. Like, can I breathe? Like, what are you doing? Same thing he did with Monster, and Monster was like 13. It's like, what are you talking about, Maurice? Like, calm down. So that to me is a little bit of a red flag. And I also, the second thing that I think he was lying about. So remember the first one was, I don't think he respects the way that Kimmie raised Jalen because A, he doesn't take her opinion, and B, the way he speaks about Jalen, they low-key hit Maurice, Tisha, and Marcel low-key really try and play Jalen. Like he's some like beta, really weird kind of kid. If you actually like read between the lines, they really try and play Jalen when the truth is Jalen's actually, to me, seems really mature. He seems like in a really great place. He has a great head and a shoulder. I think Kimmie did a wonderful job. Wonderful job. Jalen to me seems like a great young man. And he tells it like it is. He's like, you guys aren't here at Black. Like, stop trying to pretend like you run this place when you don't. So I really like Jalen. Okay, so back to the second thing that Maurice was lying about. And let me know if you guys agree with this, because you know I love conspiracy theories. Okay, so the other thing I think Maurice was lying about was, you know how Kiowa, right, and her husband, who I think allegedly was friends with Kiowa and Maurice when they were younger, and then once they got divorced, she then went and married him or something like that, right? So anyway, so Kiowa and her new husband are now flying into Huntsville, right? So they're flying into Huntsville, and they're supposed to have this conversation about Monster, his future, how they want to co-parent, how they want to raise him, X, Y, and Z, right? And then Kimmie's there. And he's like, oh, I'm so excited. You know, we can all four of us, you know, together decide things for Monster and together come together and have all of it input, blah, 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 blah. But yet he schedules a work meeting, which I'm calling bullshit on, a work meeting directly during the time that he's supposed to be meeting with them. That doesn't make any sense, Maurice. You have control over your schedule. You can talk to your assistant or your admin and be like, hey, I have filming for the show. I have this really big meeting, you know, with Kiowa and the husband who flew in. Let's keep this chunk of time open. You scheduling this meeting, to me, is just indicative of the fact that you actually don't care about anybody else's input. You placate to Kiowa so you can get Monster. You ignore Kimmie when she tries to give you input. And this is the first time I've ever heard you about interacting with the stepdad. I think he planned it because he didn't want to be there, because he didn't care. Because I think in Maurice's mind, Maurice knows what he wants to do, and it's his way or the highway. Because that's how it's always been. He wanted Monster, he got Monster. He waited 7 years to propose to Kimmie. He waited 7 years to propose to Kimmie. He's not pressed to go on a honeymoon. They're not going on a honeymoon. He doesn't really care about Kimmie's input when it comes to Monster. And on the other episode, And this is how another reason I know he was lying when he said he wanted all of them to get together, other than a business meeting smack in the middle and telling Kimmie, you know what I want to say, you got this, and then walking out, which to me was so disrespectful and so embarrassing and so rude, and my heart broke for Kimmie. Was that on the last episode, wasn't Kimmie complaining how she would literally be next to Maurice and Monster, and he would be on FaceTime at Kiowa and act like she wasn't even there? So if you're so interested in everybody being able to co-parent, you so care about everybody's input when it comes to raising your son, you literally ignore your wife and you act like she isn't there when you're talking to Kiowa about your son. And then you literally plan a business meeting in the middle of meeting with your ex-wife and her husband, and you leave your wife, who you literally ignore, holding the bag. Literally the bag, the doggy bag of your leftover foods for this meeting, and you walk out because you know what it means to be a successful man and a good husband and a good dad. You got to be kidding me. That showed me Maurice in a whole new light. I already knew he was trifling with the way he was treating Kimmie, but this just solidified it in like a different way. Like, I didn't know he was this trifling. And now I'm kind of like, well, why is Monster acting out? You know, it's like, why is Monster, I know teenagers experiment with things. We all make mistakes. You know, we all kind of get caught up sometimes, but it also could be indicative of a bigger problem. If Kimmie is coming to him and saying, listen, you're not showing up for him the way you need to be showing up for him. I've accepted it in our relationship, but you need to do something, Dad, with your child. He's walking out on meetings about the son. He's hiding the son's behavior from his wife. He did not ask Kiowa's input on how to handle the bedding situation, because remember he said that him and Monster was going to handle it, and that was it. He would tell Kiowa, but they were going to handle it on their own. Why is Monster acting out like this in the first place? Now you're opening up such a bigger can of worms because you didn't communicate with your wife. If you would have told her what was going on and you guys had a plan, hey, we're on a reality show. If this gets out as a united family front, this is how we'll handle it. You could have been able to protect your child. But because you're a big man and you think you know everything and you're hiding things from your wife, and she's like, oh, I know. I've accepted that he doesn't tell me everything, which again is really sad. Now your son's business is all out in the streets. And Maurice, you're looking crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Insane. Yes, and all statements are alleged and for entertainment purpose only. Miss T, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for the reminder. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Jam. She goes, then he could call the ex and said, you're all getting settled. When can we meet for dinner? Check. No, he paying for that trip anyway. Yeah, he is. He's paying for everything. Because remember, didn't he say that he wanted to, what do you call it? He wanted to buy a house for them? Who does that? Hey, Gloria Purpose. She goes, facts at Jaja. Yes, we love Jaja. Hey, Jaja L. She goes, I thought it was trash for Maurice to exclude or dismiss Kimmie's suggestion, but then drop that shit on her at the lunch. I was so annoyed. Exactly. His whole slip is showing. Hey, Juanita, his whole slip is showing. Miss T says, Monster is crying out for some attention. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Joanna, for this super chat. Thank you so much. She goes, Kimmie is a very strong, intelligent businesswoman. She wears many hats. She's not going to put up with that nonsense for long. She's warned him. I agree 100%. I think Kimmie is really coming to the end of her rope. I think Kimmie's really smart, and I think she might be making an exit strategy and just putting everything together. And I love Kimmie and Destiny's friendship. I am so here for it. I am so here for it. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. Hey, B. She goes, can I get a witness? Yes, these women only seem good, like good partners on paper. So true. So true. So true. Hey, Jane Mesa. Yes. He goes, hey, Candy. Hey, everyone. Yes. Hey, Young Rich. She goes, he's acting out because of how his parents are, specifically his daddy, mowing lawn at 13 and getting a full-time job. Child, it's 1932. Let the boy be a kid and stop bullying Jalen. Exactly. Exactly. It is insane. And then on one part, Maurice was like, you need to put away childish things. On the second part, he's like, I didn't think I'd have to have these conversations until high school. He's only in middle school. Which one is it, Maurice? Is he a grown-ass man who needs to get a job mowing lawns? Or is he a kid crying out for your attention and for something from you? Because what it sounds like, he's not home. And he's not present for his child. That's what it sounds like. And he's pretending like he's doing all this in service of being a success. It's just really, 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 really bizarre. Really, really, really bizarre. Yes, thank you so much for the super chat, Joanna and everybody else. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. Let's go to, I didn't miss Martell in this episode. He wasn't in it, and I didn't miss him. Did you guys miss him? I didn't miss Martell. I actually didn't even realize he wasn't in it till like a little bit later. But let's see. Okay, so Marcel and Tisha. When he finally got to that hotel room and she was all sexed up and ready to go, it was so cringy. I mean, super, super cringy. Yes, Miss T. Maurice is definitely put on for the cameras. 100%. So cringy. And to me, it was so clear that Marcel is no longer physically attracted to Tisha. I think he looks at her as a nanny for his children. Again, this is all alleged, my opinion. I feel like he looks at her as a nanny for the children. I feel like he doesn't take her seriously. And I felt really bad for her because that's a big blow to somebody's self-esteem and ego and just how you feel about yourself when you've gone through all this effort, you're trying to get sexy for your man, and he comes in and he basically laughs in your face. That's basically what he did. He basically dismissed her and was basically laughing in her face like, this is a work trip. Do we have the inventory? What about the spreadsheets? What about the black champagne? What about blah, 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 blah? That is dismissing someone, because everything he was saying, literally, like, what are you going to do? Handle that at like midnight in the hotel room? This makes zero sense. And the whole like fake business he had to go on, which is why he allegedly couldn't go with her in the beginning of the trip. Yeah, right. You were with your alleged girlfriend, in my opinion. Come on, we're not dumb. We're not stupid. I know Tisha can be really petty, because she was petty as hell at that dinner, talking about don't tell the other Scots about the blueprints or the ideas for our house. Like, this is secret. Don't tell them. I'm like, Tisha, how immature are you? This is your family. Just because Kimmie is emotionally mature, she is her own woman, and she's deciding where she wants to live, and it doesn't have to be next to you. You want to go now and try and like ice her out and kind of badmouth them and be like, don't tell the other Scots about what we're doing to Uncle Mike, whoever Uncle Mike is. Tisha girl. But woman to woman, I did feel bad for her in that moment in the hotel room, because that has to be a gut punch. Like, if I got all sexy for my man and he's coming in, I'm all like, oh, baby, baby, baby. And he's just like, so what about those Google spreadsheets? I would be like, like, I would kind of crumble inside. So I did feel bad for her that. But let's get into it at the black chocolate in a bottle, what do you call it? Launch party. Why did the producers try and play us? Wait, let me see what you're saying in the chat. Can I get a witness? Wonder if Marceau was ever attracted to Letitia. Maybe in the beginning, or maybe, you know what I think it was? I think Marceau was attracted to the idea that Letitia was a woman he could control. That she was a woman who he thought was not as intellectually up to snuff on his part, maybe a little emotionally immature, who he could control, and that she would stay at home and do what he said. Because you notice they started having more friction in their marriage when she was just like, no, I want to have my own business. I want to go out more. I want to make some money. I want to do me. And he was like, that wasn't our plan. That wasn't our plan. Our plan was like for you to get pregnant and stay home, and I would go out and do whatever I want to do. So I think that Marceau was attracted to Letitia, whether that's who she really was at the time, because people evolve and change, or if that's who she was presenting to be in order to get him. I think that he was attracted to a woman that he thought he could control and leave at home. That's what I think he was doing that for. Hey, Jaja. She goes, he was like, girl, I'm waiting to see all this hot ass at the launch party. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so at the launch party, production, y'all were shady, because prior to the episode, I thought they got me. I'm putting my hands up. They played me. I thought it was just what's her name? Kiowa, the girl from from Ready to Love, Kiowa. I thought it was just her at the party. And I was like, oh, she's at the party scoping for another man, blah, 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 blah. But no, once they get to the party, it's the whole cast. Tommy and his wife are there, the whole cast of Ready to Love. And I do believe now, actually watching the segment, I do believe that maybe producers put a bug in Tisha's ear, or someone put a bug in her ear. I don't actually think that Kyra was going after Marceau. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't, but I don't think it was to the level for Tisha to come in and be like, hi, and then take storm off and then cry at the launch party. Like, I thought that to me was kind of doing the absolute most. However, to put it in perspective in its totality, because I think that in that moment by itself to me was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You're literally at a launch party. It's your business company. You want to schmooze. You want to go around. You want to talk. So for her to lean to him and go over and start crying to me was like too much as it by its own. However, if you put it in conjunction with everything, although I think she could have handled it differently, I understand why she was threatened and upset. One, your husband just totally dismissed your sexual advances. She's also been pretty clear when she was talking to Melody that seems like they really haven't been having sex like that. She wants the romance back. So your sex life is lackluster. Your husband just denied your sexual advances. He is working all the time, always super busy, canceling plans. There was this huge rumor that he was cheating on you. There was this huge rumor he had a baby on the side. And then you have this very beautiful woman who, when you are at the height of your insecurity about your marriage, you have this very beautiful woman, talking to your husband, and then you probably have a producer in your ear whispering some things to you. That will breed insecurity and paranoia. So although I think she could have handled it differently, when I look at it in its totality, I understand why she reacted that way. I think it was a production setup, though. Production set Tisha up and the production set us up. I don't really think Kyle was doing anything. I think that Marceau, I think he would hit it if he had the chance, allegedly, my opinion. I think if the cameras weren't there and Kyle was interested, hell yeah, he would dip in and do it. 100% I think he would. And I think Tisha knows that. So I think with everything going on, that is what really triggered her. And I also think Marcel's another one, just like Maurice. He's playing the character of a man without actually being the man. He's playing this character. Like, let me go and talk to Jalen and be like, those are excuses and blah, 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 blah. When you're just talking in circles, you're not making any sense. And it's so it's like when someone is full of shit and they talk to someone who is not full of shit, it is so clear. That's why you see such a contrast when you see Tisha talk to Kimmie, or you see Marceau or Maurice talk to Jalen or Kimmie, right? Because Kimmie and Jalen are so not full of shit. They are so grounded and they're so clear. in what they're talking about that it just becomes so glaring how full of shit Maurice, Marcel, and Tisha are. So it's almost like it's that. It's like Jalen to me like is a man. He's a young man, and it's very clear. It's very evident. He is being a man. Whereas Marcel and Maurice to me, they're playing these men. And that's why they talk in platitudes and they talk in circles and they don't actually respect their wives. And they don't seem to be actually faithful to them. They don't really seem to have a clear plan and all of those other things. So I forgot who said it in the comments. I think that they were exactly right. These men look great on paper. If I described them, it would be like, oh, check, check, check. But when you experience them, hell no. I would run from Maurice. I would run from Marcel. Like, no, thank you. And I think that's why Melody and Martell always get so butthurt with this crew, because I think they're like, you guys are just as dysfunctional and dirty as we are, yet we always get the brunt of everything. But that's just because Melody and Martell's life is just a little bit dirtier. And it's just it's just more out there, just letting it all the way hang out. Like, and the difference is Martell doesn't pretend to be Martell doesn't pretend to be anything that he's not. He's kind of like, yeah, I know I'm a douchebag. I know I'm a scumbag. I know I do this and this and this, but like, I'm a victim. You know what I mean? Whereas like Marcel and Maurice are more like, no, we are these successful business and family men. What are you talking about? But when you peel back the layers, all three of them to me are pretty much the same. Birds of a feather flock together. These guys, I know that they're brothers, the two of them are brothers, but however, I feel like the three of them are friends for a reason. Because the same thing Martell said. He was like, you were out there doing the dirt with me, Marcel. You have 20 girlfriends. Remember he said that? Allegedly. They're all doing the same thing. And why do you think the brothers got matching vasectomies? Because they didn't want to be Martell. Then you know what I mean? That's why they got matching vasectomies, because they're like, well, you went out here and messed up. We're not going to stop hoeing. We're just going to make sure we don't knock anybody up. Basically is what happened. And Melody, oh, you guys. All right. I like Melody. However, I have to be honest with my opinion. After rewatching the Destiny birthday brunch, I do think Melody and Tiffany came there with an agenda, and that they both knew what Tiffany was going to say. And it's really disappointing, but I do think Melody was in on it. And I'll tell you why. And let me know if you agree or disagree. And if you go back and watch, when Tiffany, they had touched on the whole like event thing or whatever, but then they had kind of squashed that conversation and they had moved on. And then Tiffany goes, oh, now I remember it was this event. And then if you notice, they then went and cued to Melody, and Melody was like, oh yeah, it was like award. And Melody was like, oh, it was the entrepreneurship award, the entrepreneur award, right? That moment, I was just like, damn, Melody, you showed your hand. You showed your hand. That to me showed they had pre-planned this and they'd already talked about it. Melody knew exactly what award that allegedly happened 3-4 years ago, maybe sooner, maybe later. How did Melody know what award Tiffany was talking about? Melody wasn't at the event. And then Tiffany was randomly remembering something. How did Melody know what award she was talking about unless they had already talked about it prior to the brunch? And so she was adding in and egging her on. And then when it got to the point where Melody was like, well, was he cheating? Was he a cheater? Was he cheating? Was he cheating? Because, well, he wasn't cheating and we ain't worried about it. But was he a cheater? That, I was like, Melody, girl. Wrong road. Wrong road. I think that Melody feels like y'all all know my business. Y'all all know what Martella was doing to me. But guess what? I'm not the only one who had a cheating husband. I'm not the only one that this happened to you. Your man was dirty. Your man was dirty. Your man was dirty. You're dirty. You're dirty. You're dirty. You're dirty. I was like, I think Melody was on some get back. But Melody, you missed the mark, sweetheart. Your get back isn't with your friends. Your get back is with Martell. He is the one who had you embarrassed out here in these streets looking crazy. Your friends didn't cheat on you. Your husband did. So trying to now humiliate and expose your friends is really disgusting and weird. And I do think you did it on purpose, Mel. I know I'm talking like I'm talking to her, but like I feel like you did it on purpose. Because I put myself in that situation. And if it was my good girlfriend's birthday, she had just had a baby, just had a divorce. And then this woman that I brought basically just outed the fact that he was out here publicly in these streets with his side chick. The last thing I would do would be like, well, was he cheating? Is he a cheater? Is he a cheater? Is he a cheater? Like over and over again in her face. I would be mortified and embarrassed that I brought this woman, and I would be so apologetic to my friend. And I'd be like, Tiffany, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, pass the Grey Poupon. Like, let's get a birthday cake. Let's pop some bubbly. Like, Destiny, get a shot, girl. You know what I mean? It seemed super calculated to me, and I'm really disappointed because I really like Melody. But I can't co-sign treating another woman this way. I don't care if you're an executive producer or not. You can make it pop in. There's so much to talk about. There's so much going on just to do that. And to me, I'm like, your slip is showing because it was so obvious. When you have two people chiming in on the same story, you know it was pre-planned. Because there's no way Melody would have known what award it was randomly. And Melody, I love you, but you're not that good of an actress. It was very, very clear the conversation that Tiffany was having with Destiny and with Kimmie, you knew about and you co-signed. And it also goes back to what Tisha was saying. I'm not really on Tisha's side, obviously, but when Tisha was just like, oh, well, you were throwing what Marcel was doing in my face because you didn't want to be the only one whose man was cheating on you. And I do think that is true. Tisha is very problematic for a lot of different things. So we're all clear on that. But I'm just talking about in this particular situation, I do think she was right. I do think Melody is like, I put all my business out here on Front Street. Y'all are judging me and you have all these opinions about me, but I actually don't think they were. I think they were just trying to be your friend. Let me expose you because I don't want to be the only one out here with all my business out here. So let me know what you guys think. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, can I get a witness? Because Mel is the queen of drama, and as an EP, she will do anything to poke the bear and to keep those ratings up. Yeah, that was dirty. Hey, brown skin lady 81. She was Melody's girlfriends were at the other table, like the lady who followed her to the bathroom. Yeah, Melody's and Destiny's. Yep, Destiny's. Yeah. Brown skin lady says Destiny's. Exactly. Yes, Missy says all statements are alleged. That's right, and for entertainment only. Yes, this is just for a good kiki. And if you're having a good kiki, like this video, get those likes up, subscribe, and share with a friend. I love you guys. Yes, yes. Glorious purposes, I would have asked Tiffany to leave. I would have asked her to shut the F up or to leave. 100%. Like, what she said to both Destiny and Kimmie were just so dead wrong. And I honestly think that Melody knew. I really do. I really think Melody knew. Hey, B, Melody was married to Martell all those years for a reason. Very true. And that's another thing. Mel, don't come for your friends, relationships. Come for yourself. You need to take accountability too. You stayed with that man for how many years, knowing he had a full, not even just a fit, like hit it and quit it. He had a full-on relationship with this woman that everybody knew about for years. And you only left because there was a baby, or allegedly the other tea is that you and Martell were actually separated. You only got back together for the show. And then I guess the last baby was just sort of like a oops baby. I don't know. And I say oops baby not in like a mistake, because no children's are mistakes. I just mean like not a planned pregnancy. So yeah, that's what you guys are saying. Hey Joanna, she was moreover, how do you bring someone to a private birthday party, especially being she didn't know Destiny? Tisha was right about Melody. That was so messed up. Hey brown skin lady 81, Melody wasn't going to have Tiffany leave. Hell, she helped her write the script. Exactly. Gloria's purpose says true at B. Hey beautiful Jaja, she goes, and since we see Mel from Mel, she planned this divorce. I wouldn't be surprised now. I really wouldn't. Hey Miss T, she goes, Mel and Martell's were a vicious couple for a season. They really were. They really were. Hey Sasha T, she goes, can't wait to discuss Rohop. Okay, should we switch to Rohop? Let me know in the chat box. Should we switch over to Rohop? Yes. Let's see, right at Joanna, and we're still with a sit-down dinner. Melody was all the way wrong. She really was. She really was. Miss T, Mel was supposed to check her friend Tiffany. I would have, if I did that, I would have checked my friend. Yes. Yay, thank you guys. Yes. Hey, Miss T, this is why Destiny doesn't call Mel. That exactly. This is why Destiny doesn't call her and she doesn't tell her business, because Melody cannot be trusted. Okay, let me see if there's anything else with Love and Marriage Huntsville, and then we can switch over to Rohop, okay? So let's see. So Melody was trifling, Love, Destiny, Marcel and Tisha, Kimmie. Okay, I think we got all the good points. Okay. All right. So let's go to Rohop. Okay. All right. So we open up with Ashley and her baby. Yay, beautiful baby, but I'm over it. I just am. I'm ready for Ashley to go get back to her messy ways. And I think next episode, and maybe the episode after that, she will. But like, I don't mean to be callous, but beautiful baby. I'm so happy her baby Dylan is healthy, but we're not watching Yummy Mummies. Like, let's get into it, right? Okay, so let's see here. Candace. Super boring. No storyline. I guess her storyline is going to be being super immature and shading Ashley this whole season, right? Is that her storyline? I don't understand why she keeps not inviting Ashley to stuff. Like, she didn't invite Ashley to that pajama party, and then she didn't invite Ashley to the girls trip. And I'm just like, you're still holding a grudge because Ashley wrote that statement for Monique? Like, Candace, you need to grow up. Like, that is over. The judge threw away both cases. It's been over a year. Like, you need to move on. And she just seems really petty and really childish. And she was like, and lying. The producer's like, oh, like, did you not invite Ashley, or did you call Ashley? She's like, oh, I forgot. But in the scene before, Chris was like, well, call Ashley. It was like reminding her. And she was like, oh, I don't know. Candace, you're annoying. And this is why people don't like you. Did you guys, don't forget Candace is a pop star, Miss T. I love you guys. Brown School Lady says, I feel you watch biology shows for the ish. Exactly. Okay, so Candace. Okay, shout out to, do you guys listen to Rodney the Voice? I love Rodney the Voice. I am a fan. I think he's really funny. I love his recaps. I follow him. I think he's great. So I want to make sure to put that out there. I think he is great. However, he has this take on Candace versus Ashley, and I have a different take, but let me know what you think. He thinks that people don't like Candace because she is Black and comes from generational wealth, and that just rubs people the wrong way, and like that's why she gets a bad rap. But people don't mind Ashley because people are saying, well, Ashley has real life experience and all this stuff. Now, Rodney the Voice, I love you. I agree with like 98% of everything you say, but I have such a different take when it comes to Candace. I don't think that people have an issue with Candace because she's Black and comes from generational wealth. I think people have an issue with Candace because she's just an awful person. Like, I really just think it's it's just her personality kind of sucks. That's what I really think it is. I don't think it's because she's Black and she's and she comes from money and people don't like that. And I don't think Obviously, yes, that happens in the world. And you know me, I'm the first one to talk about that. But I just don't think that that's what it is when it comes to Candace. I think Candace's personality just is off-putting. Like, she's just a really spoiled, entitled, very nasty person. And I think that she uses a lot of things as excuses for her behavior and excuses for why people don't like her, instead of taking accountability for the way that she shows up in this world. It's always someone else's fault, and it's always something else's fault. Y'all don't like me because I'm a Black girl and I'm rich and my mommy can take care of me. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. We don't like you, Candace, because you're a nasty person. You say really nasty things about people, but yet you have the thinnest skin in the world. Someone just looks at you the wrong way and you're crying and you're wishing death upon them and you're going off the deep end. And you're playing victim and you're holding grudges against Karen for just being a neutral, mature party in a situation. You know, you're holding a grudge against Ashley and saying really nasty things about her body and making these passive aggressive comments about her children because she was honest about the fact that you were threatening her with a butter knife. Ashley wrote a statement based on what you did to her. It would be one thing if Ashley lied, but she didn't. Ashley said what her experience was of you being aggressive and violent towards her, which was caught on camera. That's not Ashley's fault. That's your fault. So I don't think that, at least I know personally, I don't like Candace, not because she's Black and has generational wealth. Like, that has nothing to do with why I don't like her. It's literally her behavior. And I think that saying it's because of these other things, it gives her an easy out where she doesn't have to take accountability for herself. Like, leaving Ashley out. Are we in 7th grade? What is the problem? Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of a mess. But Candace is so boring this season. Literally, the only thing she has going on is trying to ice out Ashley, which clearly isn't working. So I don't even know about that. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, so Wendy. Sorry, you guys. I just thought about Wendy. Wendy and her dueling personalities. She literally is like two different people. Like, the Wendy we're meeting this season is a completely different Wendy that we met last season. And I know that, like, Robin and Giselle were talking about that too and all that stuff, right? But Wendy, to me, seems a little manic. Does that make any sense? Like, she was manic last season. I have 4 degrees and I have 4 degrees and I am a commentator and I am this. And it's not so much that she has 4 degrees and what she was doing. It was like the energy she's putting behind it that seemed a little manic and really like trying to like hone in on what she does and who she is and all that. It was very like manic energy. And she has that same manic energy this season, except for now it's like with the new body, the new boobs and the new butt and all this stuff. And when she talks about like, people want to put me in a box, like people want to put me in a box. I guess I'm a professor, but I listen to trap music and blah, 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 blah. And I want to do home essentials, but I also, da, da, da. Wendy, who are you talking about? Who is trying to put you in, who are these phantom people trying to put you in a box, Wendy? Who? Can we get some names and numbers? You're paranoid. Nobody is trying to put you in the box. Literally what you're talking about is just having a professional persona and a personal life, which everyone has to have. Lawyers, business persona, personal life. Doctors, business persona, personal life. Professors, business persona, personal life. It's just called having a job. You work at McDonald's, business persona, personal life. It doesn't matter what your job is. You have to show up in your job, in your business in a certain way, because that's just how our society is. And then yes, you can be your have a personal life too. No one is trying to put you in a box, Wendy. Like, what did you want to show up on CNN or in the classroom in like a thong and twerking? Like, do you think that is what the track that you're trying to go on? I'm so confused. Even like Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B, those are still business personas. Even though it's the music and the twerking and this and the outfits, that is still their job. So even that is a business persona versus what they are like in their personal life. So Wendy, I'm really confused. I'm also very confused how you have zero business acumen for having all the degrees that you have. I'm just confused. Like, my 16-year-old niece knows that you need to trademark names and that a business plan is more than a paragraph and you need to have some sort of vision and mission for your business. I am so confused at just it seems like it's a different person, if that makes sense. Like, last season, she had this big vocabulary and she was all these people. She like was this big 4-degree person. And this season, she's just like, what's a business plan? Like, I'm just so I'm just really confused. I am just really, 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 really confused on what is going on with Wendy. It seems very manic and very bizarre. And then with that, then you have Giselle, no storyline having self. Then you have Giselle come in who has no storyline other than humiliating her daughters on camera. Brings up the Addie rumors to Ashley. And Ashley's kind of just like, okay, okay. She's kind of like placating it. Because Ashley's just like, well, Michael Darby. So she's kind of like, I don't really have any room to talk, like my husband or whatever. But yeah. So Giselle is the one who officially breaks the Eddie cheating rumors and scandals on the show. We would not be talking about it on the show if it was not for Giselle. So she is going on the show. She's talking about the rumors, saying, hey, maybe this is why Wendy has been being so out there, new body, new this, new that, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Like, what is she hiding? Is she like, oh, am I going to get like revenge on you with my revenge body? Or is she doing it out of insecurity because he's been cheating and all this stuff? And then in the preview, we see Wendy is no longer Zinwin. She looks like she is about to jump off and beat Giselle's ass. She looks like she is about to beat Giselle's ass. She was just like totally different. But I don't know what's going on with Wendy. It's just bizarre and all over the place. Let's see what else is going on. I loved Karen in the poll. I loved Mia being cheeky on the bus. Because you know how Mia on the bus was like, I don't know how to pole dance. I've never done that before. I might have learned from her friends. Like, I loved how she was being cheeky on it. I was listening to another commentary and they're like, Mia, why are you lying? Why are you lying? And I didn't think that she was lying. I think that she was being cheeky. She was like kind of like being coy and like cute. She was like, well, I've never been on a pole. I don't know. We didn't have to do the pole. Like, I might have learned this from a friend. My friend has the pole. And then she goes and she busses it. I think she was being cheeky. I don't think that she was like lying or whatever. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Hey, Brown Skin Lady 81. She goes, I like Giselle. I watch reality shows for mess. Hey, Jaja, she goes, and how, again, hypocritical is it that she wants to check Karen when she's not married? It wasn't even a relationship. Giselle has nerves. Okay, so speaking about checking Karen read Giselle for filth at that table when they got to the place in, what is it? Not Williams, in Williamsburg, whatever it is, right? She read her for filth. She's like, you're a fraud, you're this, you're that, and the third. Giselle needs to close her mouth. She keeps saying the same thing over and over. Oh, I want Ray to live. I want Ray to pay his taxes. Boo-boo. It's coming out now that you and Jamal allegedly owe $800,000 to the IRS. let's just go ahead and round that up to a cool $1 million. I want you and Jamal to pay your bills. I think it's really funny, really, really funny how Giselle and Robin were the main two giving Karen so much grief when Ray had his tax issues, designing t-shirts, walking out on her, talking about her behind her back, giving her no love, giving her no support. And now these two are the two biggest ones with tax issues. Did Robin finish paying the taxes she owed? She had liens on her house. Did Robin finish paying those taxes? But yet you had everything to say about Karen and Ray. And now Giselle, you and Pastor Holy Whore are into the IRS $800K, $1 million, whatever it is. We just want Jamal to pay his taxes while taking paternity test, allegedly. We just want Jamal to pay his bills because you had everything to say about Karen and Ray. Through your friend of how many years under the bus, you did her so dirty. And now it comes out. See, that's why you got to watch out because karma is a bitch and she comes back and she comes hard. So you really have to be careful how you treat people. I am a big believer of that. You really need to be careful how you treat people because turnabout is fair play and you never know when it's going to happen to you. So Giselle, no storyline, but want to store everybody else's pot. Let's talk about Jamal's children. Let's talk about Jamal's tax liens. Let's talk about, I don't know, anything going on in your life, Giselle. But you want to talk about Eddie cheating. You want to wish death on Ray. You want to do all this stuff. Oh, and the reason why, I love a conspiracy theory. Let's see what you guys are saying. Not a cool meal. Candy, can I get a witness? Ooh, Sumai Singh says, if they filed together, it's her bill too. 2007, 2008. Boom, right? Yes. Sasha T says, yes, karma has no expiration date. Yes. Jaja says, paid her dust. That's right. Yes. Okay, so you guys, I love a conspiracy theory. Okay, so I haven't heard anyone say this. Let me know if you think this too. Okay. I think the reason why Giselle is going so hard at Wendy is because Wendy and Karen are now friends. I think that's a big part of it. I think yes, she knows it's reality TV. She knows what the assignment is, and she knows it's her job to go in, talk crap, stir the pot, bring up stuff, whatever. Yes, definitely know that's a part of it. But I also think a part of it is that Giselle is pissed because I think that there is a part of Giselle that misses Karen. She's just not mature enough to get to that place. I think it's very similar with her and Candace in that sense. I think Giselle and Candace both really, to be perfectly honest, I think they both really respect. But let me clean it up what I mean by this. And they really respect and really miss Karen's friendship. I think that for Candace and Giselle. But I think that they are too rooted in their own egos and they are too emotionally stunted to be able to separate the situations. That's why Giselle is like, oh, shouldn't somebody be apologizing? Shouldn't somebody be apologizing? Like, she just doesn't get it. Same thing with Candace when Karen came over. And she was just like, well, that, I didn't get what I wanted. And like, she didn't back down. And so I'm not going to back down. And you know what I mean? It's like they both are very emotionally immature and stunted. But I think that they really do miss Karen. And I think they really do respect her and like her. They're just so rooted in their own egos and their own stuntedness that they're not able to get out of their own way, if that makes sense. And I think that Giselle is really pissed because if you think about it, every time they talk about Wendy, Robin and Giselle, because to me, whatever Robin says, I just think is regurgitating whatever Giselle told her to say. So when I say Robin, I mean Giselle because they're interchangeable. They always say, oh, last year, Karen couldn't stand Wendy. They were at each other's throats. Now they're friends, and now they're friends. And last year they weren't even friends, and now they're together. Like, they say that all the time. So I really think that Karen is pissed and butthurt, and I think she feels replaced. I think she feels that now Karen and Wendy are friends, and I think that she doesn't like that. And I think that Giselle is really conniving and nasty. And I don't think that she has, and this might even be subconscious, I don't think she has the emotional bandwidth to say, hey, this is my old friend. I really miss her. And I'm kind of jealous that she's now friends with this girl that we all used to not like. And so she's kind of taking it out on Wendy in that way. Because if you also notice, this also came out with the room situation, right? It was almost like they were punishing Wendy. So in the main house, they had Candace, the Green-Eyed Bandits, and Mia. And then in the cottage, they had Karen, Ascala, I forgot about Ascala, Ascala, and Wendy, which makes no sense because Ascala is Robin's friend and Mia is Karen's friend. So if they were going to do it, it should have been Ascala, Karen, and Mia. I think that they did that for two reasons. One, I think they want to get Mia on their side and separate Mia from Karen, which they clearly have been trying to do for a long time. And two, I think they were trying to make a very big statement to Wendy of, well, you're not on our side. Now that you're with Karen, you're going to see what it feels like to not be with us. Very, very mean girl mentality. Very, very mean girl mentality. But I think Wendy got the picture. She was like, oh, well, I'm not in the, like, wait, what? Like, now I'm just like left out. And then I was disappointed in Mia. I understand why she didn't push back, but I kind of just like wanted to push back because I wanted that drama. When Robin is so boring. We need to get her off the show. When Robin was just like, oh, well, we're going to put you downstairs. You're just going to be over here. It's all love. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I'll it doesn't matter. You can have the view. I was like, Mia, what? Boss, this is the time to boss up. You've been puffing your chest every single episode. This would be the appropriate time to pump your chest. I'm sorry. I'm not letting anybody bump me out of my spot, my room. Absolutely not. Like, Giselle and Robin, are you a couple? I'm confused. Why do you have to be together? And why do you think you can just bump me out of my spot? I was kind of disappointed. I wanted Mia to like push back a bit. Not fight or anything, but just be like, oh, no, like, I'm good where I'm at. But thanks. You know what I mean? Like something cute, like, oh, thanks for the offer, but no. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But I guess Mia was just like, I don't even want to rock this boat. Like, let me just push back, whatever. It's not that deep. It's not that serious, whatever. But I really do think that there's a part of Giselle that really misses Karen. And she's hurt. But she doesn't have the emotional bandwidth to fix it because her ego won't let her. And I think she is kind of taking that out on Wendy too, if that makes sense. Let's see what you guys are trying to see. Hey, Tashia did it. Hope I pronounced your beautiful name correctly. She goes, they trying to turn me and Robin reaching. Yeah. Yep. Hey, B. She goes, Karen is being strategic, and she was called out for alleged colorist comments toward Wendy last reunion. She befriended her to clean ish up. Yeah, Karen is super strategic. And I also think that since Monique isn't there, Karen is just like, I need to get as many allies as I can. So she may not really like Wendy, but she's just like, I will call a truce with you to get more people on my side because Monique's not there. Let's see what you guys are saying. Misty, wasn't it the Obama room too? Girl, I would not be getting out of there. No, I would not. Hey, brown skin lady 81. Right, that didn't make sense. Mia went from the new badass in town to the push around. Maybe it was edited like they had already talked about it. Maybe, but I agree with you. I was like, boss up. Now is the time to boss up. Hey, Valdash. She goes, on Twitter, Mia said she wanted Robin to have some luxury since she has so little. Something along those lines. See, that's the Mia I like. I like that slick shade. Yes. Oh, yay, Tassia. Okay, good. Hey, Aunt Grace. She says, good perspective. Thank you. Yes. Hey, Joanna. She goes, Mia posted, I gave her the room because they're not used to living a lavish life. I love Mia. Hey, Sasha T. She goes, conspiracy theory. Yes. They didn't want another Roa situation. They didn't want Mia to overhear what they do. Allegedly. You might be onto something, Sasha. You might be onto something. Because I don't care how, like, I have best friends, but, like, if we're on a girls' trip, I don't need to sleep in the same level or floor with anybody. It doesn't matter. We're all friends. Like, if it was me and my man, that would be a different story. Hey, can I get a witness? Mia seems to know what she is doing. Yeah, she does. Miss T, Mia's playing the game too. Yep. Hey, Natalia. She goes, hi, Candy. Hey, Natalia. Brown skin lady is laughing. Hey, Rhonda Diva. She was regarding the room grab. Okay. On an IG Live, Mia revealed that she was physically assaulted at a young age by other women. Oh, no. Her giving in could be a way of just trying to coexist with those two bullies. Oh, damn. I'm sorry. My heart goes out to you. Mia, we love you. Hey there, red lipstick hustler Lily. She goes, I'm not a Mia fan, but trust me, she will get them back. Giselle and Robbie play checkers. Mia plays chess. I'm down with it. I'm down with Mia. I'm down with Karen. I'm down with it. I'm so tired of Giselle and Robin. So tired. Hey, Natalia, love Karen. Are you talking to me? Love Karen. Are you talking to me? Yes. Joanna's laughing. Yes. Ms. T says Giselle is just trying to conquer and divide. She is. But I feel like it's going to be an island of just Robin and Giselle and maybe Candace, but Candace doesn't even count. Like, I don't even, like, why is Candace even on the show this year? Like, they're not really showing her. If they were bringing Escala on to replace Candace, that's not working out either. Like, what do you guys think about Escala? I didn't like how she tried to big man last episode when it came to Mia and the text message and Giselle and Robin. I thought it was weird. But I didn't even realize she was here. So I don't know. Let's see here. Brown skin lady says, nah. Anne Grace says, hey, Anne Grace. She goes, they really act like a couple, Giselle and Robin. They do. They really do. Can I get a witness? Is laughing. Yes. Hey, single mom uncensored. Yes, the red lipstick also says, hi, beautiful queen. Yes. Hey, Tashia. Oh, wait, these are going so fast. Okay, Juanita says, she's boring. Escala is boring. Escala is very, very boring. Hey, Darren Hood. He says Escala for me is 50-50 right now. Yeah, like, she needs to do something that's not being another mouthpiece for Giselle. Robin already has that job, and she does it well. We don't need two. So Escala needs to come through with her own unique voice and her own unique storyline and her own unique place in the group, because right now I'm not seeing it. So maybe more time, right? Maybe more time. Like, maybe over the next couple of episodes, we'll see more. Misty says, I forgot she was on the bus. I forgot she was on the show. New York Finance says, I'm waiting for Giselle and Robin fallout. I think it's going to happen. You do? Hey, Jaja. She goes, at Candy Washington, do you think it was a misjudgment on Mia's part to disclose to Rocky and Bullwinkle that she had an abusive childhood? Yes. You know what? My gut says no. And my gut says no because I think that Mia has been very transparent about it on the show already. So it's not like she's telling them something that they can expose about her. And I also say no because of that same exact reason. It's almost like if you own your stuff, if you own your side of the street, then no one can come for you if you own your stuff. So if Mia is able to tell her story and she creates the narrative about her life, then she has the power over it. And now we have a reference point. So now if Rocky and Bullwinkle, Green-Eyed Bandits now try and come out and twist and turn and gaslight and do all the things that they love doing, we now have a reference point from Mia's own words directly to them. So I don't think it was a misjudgment on her part, but I also want to make sure that Mia is emotionally healed enough in that area of her life to deal with someone like a Giselle or Robin, who we all know it's very clear they have no bottom to their petty and they will use anything against you. So I hope that she's in a place where if they do that, she can handle it in a good and healthy way. It's clear that Mia is still struggling with the mom stuff. I think sometimes mom stuff never truly goes away, but we'll see that play out more. But I'm happy that she owned her own narrative and she really put it out there herself. And now we have that reference point of what her story is in her own words. So now they can't go back and paraphrase, because the shady producers will be like, snip, snap. This is what they actually said, right? So yeah. Hey, see my sing. She goes, salad toss is coming soon, y'all. Yes. I bet you it happens the next episode. I think Potomac is now heating up. Like, we knew this was going to be a good season. It's been a little flat. Last episode to me was the best episode yet. And I think it's just going to keep popping off from there. I bet you that solid toss happens either the next episode or the episode after. So I agree with you, Simai. I agree with you 100%. That's what you guys are saying. Hey, and Grace, who goes, Giselle and Robin don't like Candace. No, it was just the lesser of two evils. Exactly. They chose her over Monique. They hated Monique. 100%. 100%. It's all strategy. It's just like, I don't like you, but I like this other person less. That's basically what it is. Hey, brown skin lady 81 goes, at Candy Washington, do you think Mia is a beard? No, I don't think Mia is a beard. No. I don't think so. I don't think her husband. I think her and her husband are either. Hey, Natalia goes, I'm sorry if I offended you, Candy. No, not at all. You didn't, Natalia. You didn't offend me, sweetheart. I don't know what you said, but no offense here. I love you. You are a candy cane. I wasn't offended at all. So what was it? No, I don't think Mia is a beard. I don't think so. No, I don't get those vibes from him. Hey, New York Finest. They now have sympathy for Mia. Mia knows how to handle the bandits. Yeah, I like Mia. I think she's going to give them a run for the money. And Grace says, I like that Mia was up front, but sis Robin would not have got my room. Agreed. The red lipstick also says the mom stuff never goes away. It really doesn't. I mean, the mother wound is so deep, and yeah, the mom stuff really never goes away. Let's see, Misty says Candace is definitely trying to get back in with Robin and Giselle. She wants protection. Now it's all about allegiances. It's all about allegiances right now. Hey, Aunt Grace says you're right about Mia's mom stuff and childhood trauma. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, Jaja, she goes, Lord, the solid tossing took me somewhere else. We already said not another Roa, not another Bolo situation. Not another Bolo situation up in Potomac. Y'all funny. Yay. So let's see. So it says G is a straight old cat daddy. Yeah, he is. I don't know. Brown skin lace. I don't know, girl. Observe him. He's a little feisty. Y'all are stupid. Y'all silly. I love it. Okay, let's see what else happened. What else happened in the episode that we could kiki about? So Karen read Robin. Wish Mia would have pushed back about the room. Me too. Let's see. Did we cover it all? Was that it? Well, put some comments in the chat box. Let's chat about it. Let's chat some stuff up, y'all. What questions, observations do you guys have? Let's see here. Yeah, let's talk about it. Hey, Sasha T. She goes, Wendy was fine once when she was in the Mean Girl crew. Now she knows how Monique felt. Exactly. And Wendy thought that she was protected and safe because she was on the Green Bandit side. And now she's realizing that the only people that Giselle and Robin are loyal to are each other, and that's barely. Because remember how Giselle showed out at Robin's housewarming or whatever it was and totally embarrassed her in front of those buyers and business people. So yeah, but Wendy is just like a mess. Like, what is going on with her? Like, do we think, put it in the chat box, do you think, and of course this is all alleged opinion, entertainment only, do you think Eddie actually is cheating and or was cheating on Wendy? Or do you think that was just a lie a blogger made up? Blogger avatar. So put it in the chat box. Was Eddie actually cheating or was it just a lie? And then I will tell you what I'm thinking. Hi, Jose Rodriguez. He goes, hi, how are you? Doing well, doing well. Yes, yes, yes. Ms. T says, did Robin tell a different story about Juan's parents died last season? Oh my God, Ms. T, thank you so much for bringing that up. I didn't know that Juan's dad died. Wasn't Juan's dad at an event? Or did Juan's dad die recently of an overdose? Because remember when, what event was it? Or he was meeting his dad? Wasn't not last season, maybe the season before that, wasn't Juan's dad around? Because I remember they had some event with the family and there was an older man there that looked exactly like Juan. I think that was Juan's dad. Like, I knew the mom had died when he was a teenager, but I didn't know the dad had died of an overdose. Miss T, that's good because I caught that too. When is Juan's dad dead? And if so, when did he die? Tonight, Hazel says biological father. Oh, and Ivy Girl 06 says, I think they're at a birthday party. And Amelia Friend says she was talking about his stepfather dying. Okay. All right. So in the chat, people are saying Amelia French, Ivy Girl 06, Tonight Hazel. Thank you guys for holding it down. They're saying that it was the biological dad, or I'm sorry, the stepfather who passed. And it was the biological father who was there at the birthday party. Okay. Hey, Sumai Singh, she was funny. I'd only heard about, the chats are going so fast. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Okay, so Sumai Singh says funny. I only heard about Eddie from, let's see. Hey, Sumai Singh, she was funny. I only heard about Eddie from Avatar, nowhere else. I don't know. Same. Let's see. Can I get a witness? Says Juan met his real father in 2019. Yes. And Angie B says the man that raised him died, but the biological father is alive. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so Tashia Dibbit is saying, hey, beautiful. Hey, beauty. Could be why she got the surgery. Yeah, I mean, that's what Giselle was alluding to, right? Yeah, Ivy Girl 06 says, I heard 2 from Avatar. Miss T says, I don't think Eddie cheated. Look at the source. That is very true. Sasha T says, Candace did Wendy wrong. She gave her unwavering support last season. Now she just sold her out for Mia. That must have hurt. I wonder if they are friends now. Again, see, I think with the room thing, I don't think so much it was about Wendy and Candace. I think it was more so Giselle, because I think that I bet you Candace and Giselle had a conversation about who was going to sleep where. And I think it was more so Candace and Giselle still being resentful towards Karen. And to me, that whole room situation clearly was, we're sticking it to you, Karen. We're putting Karen in the doghouse. Wendy, you want to be with her? You're in the doghouse too. Nobody knows a Scala. Go ahead. Mia, we're going to take you for our side, not because we like you, but we just don't want you with Karen. You see what I'm saying? I think that's really what it was. Let's see here. Okay, so for me, what I think about the Eddie cheating, maybe. I think maybe he was cheating, but at the same time, there's no proof. You see, you know what I mean? Like there's no proof at all. So I don't want to say that he was. I definitely don't think there's a baby. Let me put it this way. If he was cheating, I think that the whole baby on the side, I don't think that was true, because I don't think that he's able to hide a baby after it all coming out. Like, that would be crazy to me. If he actually had a baby on the side and he's been able to hide the baby the whole time, that would be crazy to me. When it comes to whether or not he cheated, I heard someone else say, not in the chat box, but another thing, well, you know, if he cheated, then like, how come the woman hasn't come out? Like, where is she? Where's the mistress? Like, why hasn't she come out? And to that, I think this. I think the reason, and this is just alleged, and I'm only, this is just for hypothetical. I don't know if Eddie cheated or not. I hope he didn't. I really hope he didn't. You know, I don't ever want to wish, you know, the demise on anybody's relationship, even if Wendy is wacky and has multiple personalities, not in a negative way, but you know what I mean? She's up and down all over the place, right? I don't wish that on any marriage or family. So I hope he didn't cheat. But hypothetically, if he did, the reason why I think the woman hasn't come out and spoken out yet is because she's actually a woman who has something to lose. And what I mean by that is the rumors was that he was cheating with another person at his law office. So if that's true, and she comes out and says it's me, depending on what her position is, she could get fired or he could get fired. It could be a sexual harassment case. Maybe the rules of the firm is no fraternizing with colleagues. So the fact that the rumored mistress works with him, to me, is a big reason why she hasn't come out, because she actually has something to lose. You know, being a lawyer, I'm sure she doesn't want to lose her job, lose her reputation, all of those things. If she is higher up than him, that could be a problem. If she's a subordinate to him, that's also a problem. So who knows? So just because the woman hasn't come out, that doesn't mean she doesn't exist. But there's also no proof that she does exist either. You see what I'm saying? I think sometimes we see side chicks, or whatever you want to call them, the mistress, the side piece. I think you see those women come out when what those women want is fame and money and to be claimed and to be out there in the open. And they have nothing to lose on the other end. For example, Martell's Adrienne, is that her name? So Martell's Adrienne, she has nothing to lose. What does she care? She's like, no, I've been with him for 5 years. This is my baby's daddy, blah, 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 blah. She doesn't care. She has nothing to lose. She, in her mind, actually really loves him. And I think she really actually wants to be with him. And she's going to think they're going to make that little family work. She has nothing to lose. She thinks by going public, she's actually doing something. I think in her mind, she thinks by going public, she's validating the relationship, which no, I don't care how long you've been sleeping with a married man. You've just been sleeping with a married man. So you see certain people who have affairs come out publicly because they have nothing to lose and they actually want the come up. But then when you have people who have affairs with coworkers or people who are in corporate space, or people who have their own money or whatever the case may be, they don't want to come forward because they have something to lose: reputation, money, position, jobs, maybe a spouse, maybe they're married too. So the fact that no one has come forward doesn't, to me, mean that no one exists. But to be fair, no one has come forward. So there's no proof that they do exist, if that makes sense. So, but I don't think that there's a baby. I don't think that, especially if it was a coworker. I think another coworker might have come out with something. Like Becky from HR all of a sudden has a biracial baby. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that would come out. So it's just alleged. It's just rumor. I hope it's not true. I really do. Eddie isn't acting suspicious. Wendy is the one acting suspicious, if that makes sense, with the plastic surgeries, with the being hyper controlling during the couples game that they played. Like she really, like she needed that win. You know what I mean? She needed to prove their love. And just with like she's acting like something's wrong. But again, that could be rooted in other things too. So who knows? Let's see. Hey, Young Rich, does Eddie ain't cheat on Wendy with no woman? Woo, woo, woo. Yo, Young Rich. Young Rich comes through with the hot tea. That's what you guys are saying. Hey, Simai saying she was mistresses used to actually stay quiet, not like these clout chasers. No. Can I get a witness? It's just rumors for now. Exactly. Hey, Jaja. She goes, Eddie having an emotional attachment for cheating. He doesn't get the feminine essence he needs from Wendy to attract his sensuality. Role reversal. You can tell Wendy takes a masculine role. Yeah, she does. She's very controlling. She's very alpha. Very alpha in the situation. So maybe. Hey, Sasha T. She goes, Eddie is in a very overpowering family dynamic with Wendy's family. Plus, he doesn't have his own family support. I can see how he can cheat to escape from all the drama with her mom, etc. Yeah, I still want to know, why did his family disown him? Him and the kids. It's one thing to disown an adult child who is making decisions you don't like, but I don't see grandparents, aunts and uncles disowning the children without something really going on. I don't know. Hey, Deborah Smith. Robin could have kicked me out of a room. Robin could have never kicked me out of a room, period. Robin couldn't kick me out of anything. Robin, girl, she can't come back for another season. Producers, if you're listening, I don't want to stop anybody's bag. But if Robin comes back, she needs to go head to head with Giselle. Enough is enough. The people have spoken. Hey, Miss T. She goes, I think Wendy was just insecure about her body, just like she is about all of the choices in her life. Yeah, I think Wendy was insecure, because you also have to think about, she did get a lot of backlash from being on the show. Like, people talked about her, her edges and all this other stuff. So I don't know. I'm always like, what's the intentionality? Like, if you want to get plastic surgery just because you think you don't like something about your body and you want to fix it, okay, cool. But if you get plastic surgery because you think that you at your essence or core is unlovable or ugly or undeserving or wrong or any of those things, and you're doing something externally to fix an internal problem, that's what I have like an issue with, not plastic surgery itself. You know what I mean? So you're right. It could just be her own insecurity. Hey, Tony. Hey, Tanya Elliott. She goes, Wendy is also lightening her skin. Ugh. Yeah, she is. That to me is so cringy. I don't understand bleaching. Why would someone bleach their skin? I don't understand that. It's cringy. And she is. She really is. Hey, Tasha did it. She goes, she feels she needs to prove their love because his fam disowned him when he married her. Yeah, but she could prove it by being like nicer to him. Right? Like, she kind of tries to run him like, oh, it's going to come from your pockets. And he was like, my pockets are closed. Hey, Young Rich. She goes, yeah, I can see him a Becky or a Brian, but not a Bianca. Hey, can I get a witness? Yeah, Wendy going through some deep-seated changes. Yeah, that like there's nothing to do with Eddie. Self-esteem, self-confidence. Agreed. Because I think that's another reason why she's so manic. She might be going through her own self-discovery phase. Maybe she doesn't know who Wendy is. And she doesn't really have like a direction or a path, which is fine. Like, I'm telling you, there are times where I don't know. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I don't know. Like, of course, it's life. We all have those moments of like, who am I? Why am I here? What am I doing? but I think it depends on what degree you take it to. Like if I woke up one day and I had a full body makeover and I was bleaching my skin, people in my life would intervene and be like, Candy, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? So I think it depends on the degree you take it to. Like for me, when I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go to the beach and I'm just going to take a day off. I'm going to go swim. I'm going to be in the sand and I'm going to come home. I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be chill and do what I got to do. Or I'm going to like take 3 days and like go on a vacation or something. It's just what degree do you take that wanderlust to? And I think that Wendy has taken it to such a, I don't know. And I guess also maybe she never loved herself. Maybe she still doesn't. And that's why she's kind of having a, it's almost like, you know what? It's almost like she's having a midlife crisis. You know how men have midlife crisis and they go out and they get separated from their from their wife, and then they go out and get a really hot 20-young-year-old mistress. They dye their hair, they wear leather jackets, they buy motorcycles, they do whatever. Maybe Wendy's having a midlife crisis because she is wearing like coochie cutters and I don't even know. I don't even know. Sasha said, I think Wendy's a hot girl at heart. I think she felt as though she had to present in a particular way because she's also in academics. I think this is the real Wendy. I agree. But I think a lot of that, again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, when I was like, Wendy, who is the we that's trying to put you in a box? I think a lot of that was her own making in her own paranoia, because the majority of people who are in academics or a corporate setting, you show up in the suit and tie, you do your job. 5 o'clock, you clock out, and then you do you. No one is trying to put you in a box, Wendy. It's just if you choose a certain profession, there's certain guidelines that go with that profession. But you're allowed to show up even within those guidelines. You can show up authentically as yourself. I think with Wendy, it's more that she never felt that she could be herself. I don't really think it was anybody imposing that on her. Maybe her parents, maybe her mom, and she learned that, or she adopted that mindset. But I don't think it was anybody other than her own mind and maybe her parents. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Sasha T. She goes, how do you feel about Eddie checking her on the business stuff? I felt like he was nice but shady. I felt like he was nice but shady, but I also like understood when you realize how non-business savvy Wendy is. Like, she thought that a paragraph was enough for a business plan. Like, I've written business plans, and I'm telling you, they are not paragraph longs. It's like you have to have your mission statement, your vision, your value proposition, your executive summary, your ideal client and what are their demographics, your SWOT analysis, all like, how is your business set up? Are you a corporation? Are you an LLC? Are you an S corp? Are you an L corp? Like, it's like all of these things in the business plan. Like, what is your projections and all of these things. And then on top of the business plan, then you have branding. What is your name? Is it trademark? What's your logo? What's your color scheme? What's your digital presence? Are you the creative director? Do you have other people? Like, there is a lot that goes into actually having a business. And so the fact that Wendy seemed, and I don't think that she was like pretending, but the fact that she had no clue about trademarks and like, you're trying to have and that's why he was like, why did you get these samples made? When he basically, he was like, why did you jump to Z when you didn't do A, B, and C, D, E, F? You see, so I think he was trying to say to her, why did you get these samples made? Like, you have your name on these, but like, did you check? Does somebody else have that name? Like, we think our stuff is unique until you do a Google search. And then you realize all of these people have different names and the same names and trademarks and all that stuff. So I think what he was trying to do was show her, hey, if you're going to be serious about this, and if you're going to keep using my money for this, you need to step it up. And her lack of business knowledge was really surprising to me. Really, really surprising. And remember the last episode, she basically was crying at Karen's because Karen asked her just, why would someone buy your candle over somebody else's candle? That's like the number one most basic question when it comes to selling your product. Why you? You could easily just be like, because I made it and I'm great. And it's in their mind. I'm on a TV show. My scents are a mixture of citrus and floral. Or I add a little bit of, where is she from, Nigeria or Ghana? I don't want to be disrespectful to the area that she came from. I added a little bit of Nigerian spice to each one because it's my heritage. Like any little thing, you know what I mean? And she literally was like crying. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? And that's why I mean, like, and that's really more of what I mean by she seems like a completely different person. Because if you watched last season, she was just like at tables being like, this is my vocabulary and this is my 4 degrees and I'm so smart and I'm this and I'm that and I'm da 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 da. And then this season, she's basically just like half naked, not knowing what a trademark is. It's literally just like 2 different people. So I don't know what's going on. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Ms. T, she goes, Eddie did lightweight handling Wendy with his comments. Yeah, but he wasn't hard on her. She needed the truth but couldn't handle it. Gave me Tisha vibes. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just off. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, CMI is saying she was professionals turn on the swag seamlessly after business all the time, especially young Black professionals. Exactly. Like, that's just like the game. Like, I know when I worked in corporate when I first came out of college. And yeah, it's just a different culture. And it's not personal. It's just how the business goes. Hey, Ivy Girl 06, she goes, I thought Eddie was matter of fact and trying to make her realize she wasn't ready. Exactly. That's exactly what he was doing. He was walking her through. He was just like, you went to Z, but you haven't done the rest of it to get there. Ms. T says, Wendy in this fake storyline of candles. Honestly, Wendy, to me, is trying to turn into single Black female Monique. The essentials line, the home care line, the box braids, the like swagger clothes. Because didn't Monique have the alter ego when she was Hazel or something like that? When she would be rapping and all that stuff, she kind of had that alter ego hot girl. I don't know. Monique to me just seemed, Wendy to me just seems to be morphing into wannabe Monique. Hey, can I get a witness? Wendy's story about lack of business sense is suspect. She's a good study and that part is unconvincing. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's something just isn't right with Wendy. Like, there's a fly in the milk. You know what I mean? Hey, Young Rich was Karen doesn't have a degree and Wendy does, but Wendy don't know how to sell a business. It goes back. You guys remember last season when Wendy and Karen had that fight and Wendy was like, I have 4 degrees or something and you didn't have this. And what did Karen say? She was like, yeah, I might not have the 4 degrees, but I have business sense and I've been an entrepreneur since this year and it's just like a natural thing and blah, blah, blah. Whatever Karen said, she read her for Phil, but it's so true. Now, Wendy, you're going to Karen for advice? Mm-hmm. Hey, Sasha T. She goes, do you guys think Candace will have Wendy's back when it's her versus Giselle? No. Candace will have Giselle's back because that's who Candace is. And Candace is also jealous because Wendy and Karen are close. Hey, Miss T. Wendy said, TikTok, I got time today. I was thinking, stop trying so hard. Yeah, stop trying so hard. And like, did you prepare these reads beforehand? Like, did you? You guys, we have been in here for over an hour and a half. It's so good to be back. So like this video, subscribe, and share. Yes, 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 yes. I love you, Candy Canes. Seema Jayer Lecky says, I hope I said that right, beautiful. Allegedly, Wendy did some shady stuff that Karen knows about to sit on the board, to be on the show, etc. So maybe that's why she's changing her looks, because she has to change her identity. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was alleged that Wendy had tried to get on these, like, you know, like socialite philanthropic boards, and like Karen was on one, and she wanted to be on the board she wanted to be on the committee that Karen was on because she wanted to get to Karen to get on the show. And then allegedly when she got in the committee, she allegedly, do not know this to be true. I am not saying this is a fact. Allegedly, she stole the contact roster list. So all of the people's emails and names and amount of money that they would donate to things. So that's a very, very powerful thing to have. When you have those type of lists, it's very, very powerful. And allegedly Wendy stole it and got caught and got kicked out. And that is why last season Karen was just like, oh, I'm not a fan. I'm not impressed. I don't know you. All of those things. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Miss T, comments this isn't common. That's a line from Karen to Wendy. Yes. Yes. Can I get a witness? Says good point. Yes. Hey, Jody149. Hello, beautiful. See my sing says absolutely. Hey, Tasha did it. She says Candace already told Karen she can't mess with her because she didn't pick sides. So she definitely about to be done with Wendy over Karen. Agreed. Sumai Singh says Avatar also said that back in October. Yes, that's where I heard it from. So big alleged, but that is where I heard it from. Hey, Rhonda Diva, the donor list. Yes, the donor list. Yes, Sumai stole the donor list. Exactly, the donor list. So that's a very, very powerful list because that is giving you the names, contact information, and the amount of money that people are willing to donate. So if you can get that list, you can then take it and use it the way you want to use it. Oh, hey, Mrs. Smith, I'm blah, 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 blah from this charity. Oh, would love for you to da-da-da-da. Oh, I know Karen. We both sit on the same committee. You know, I hear that you're having this event. Is it cool if I RSVP? Like blah, 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 blah. Oh, I have this new project. Oh, I have this new candle line. Do you want to invest? We give back to the children. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Miss T says, where did the Avatar say she got this information from? I don't remember. I don't think she didn't cite her sources all the time. So I don't remember where she said she got it from. If you guys remember Sumai and Randa, put it in the chat box if anybody remembers where she said she got the information from. But I don't remember. Hey, Wanda Johnson. She goes, I would have asked Tiffany why she had to surprise her husband with a wedding. Oh, did we talk about this? Oh, I think we talked about it last time. Yes. Okay. So what Wanda's referring, I know I just got really excited. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. So what Wanda is talking about is Love and Marriage Huntsville. And Tiffany, Tiffany did a surprise wedding for her husband. So basically they had been engaged, never locked down a date. She, rented out this baseball stadium, I think it was in like the DC, Huntsville area, whatever. Anyway, Love and Marriage Huntsville, that area. She ran out some baseball field, and they had friends and family. And then he comes out, and she had some slideshow, and she was like, "Why not now?" And then she had the kids there and someone to officiate. So she literally surprised him with a wedding. That is the most cringy thing I've ever heard of in my life. I don't even think getting proposed to should be a surprise. I think that when you're in a relationship, you should know that the guy you're dating is going to propose, and he should know that you're going to say yes. That should be a mutual thing that you guys already have talked about. You already know that you're my person. We're ready for the next step. The only thing that should be a surprise is how he's going to do it. That should be the surprise. Is it going to be in a balloon? Is it going to be, in a cupcake? Or, is it going to get down on one knee? Like those like fun things. Is it going to be like when we go to Paris? Is it going to be when we go back to our childhood home? Like the how he proposes. I don't mean to be, heteronormative, but I'm just going to say women and men for this, but I'm not dismissing LGBTQ at all. But just for the illustration, I'll be heteronormative. Okay, so I think it should be like it's a man and a woman, right? The only surprise should be how he's going to propose, not that he is. Because if the woman is actually surprised, it probably means there's something up in the relationship, that she's not ready, or he's jumping the gun, or they're not on the same page. So I think when it comes to proposals, the only surprise should be how is he going to do it. You already have everything else in order. When it comes to a wedding, oh, hell no. You're not surprising a man, a woman, anybody with a whole wedding. You duped him. What was he supposed to do? Say no and run away? Runaway groom? Like, you duped him. Tiffany, no. Tiffany, no. Tiffany, no. I can't. I can't with Tiffany. She scares me. Her energy scares me. Hey, Seema Jarlacki. Hey, beautiful. Hey. Honestly speaking, you did not pronounce my name correctly. I'm so sorry, but it was okay. Love your show. Thank you. Okay. Is it Seema Jarlacki? Seema Jarlacki. Seema Jarlacki, is that it? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I apologize, but thank you so much for liking my show. Let's see here. Hey, Seema is saying from there the rumor caught fire. Don't blame the repeat messenger. Ooh, dun dun dun. Hey, Kamiko, that cartoon character wrote on her own blog and would cite herself as the source. From a very credible source, myself. XOXO Avatar. Oh God. Let me stop. I don't want to conjure any bad vibes. No bad vibes in the candy shop. Love and light in the candy shop. Hey, Miss T. Tiffany said 7 years waiting and will never be her story. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'd rather wait 7 years than surprise a man with a wedding. If those were my only two options, I would rather wait the 7 years than surprise a man with a wedding. If those were my only two options. But neither one of those would be my story or my options. I would rather live happily on my own than have to wait 7 years for a man to decide what he wanted, or having to surprise a man with a wedding. I would rather be happily ever after on my own. Not saying that's the only other option, because the other option is you find someone who actually is worthy and deserving of you, who appreciates who you are, who doesn't want to lose you and respects you and gives you everything that you need. That's actually my option. Hey, can I get a witness? That other channel is a whole rendition of the National Enquirer, whose goal clickbait and elevate, not worth entertaining. Yeah, that's why I want to be very careful when I cite stuff from over there. Very, very careful. Hey, Randa Deba, personally, and I mean personally, an engagement should be between 6 to 12 months, during which time you're planning the wedding. I don't understand 2, 3, 5-year engagements. Randa, I agree with you as well. I think a year would be the cutoff for an engagement. If you're engaged over that a year, because maybe, who knows people's circumstances. I agree with you, 6 to 12 months, perfect. 2, 3, 5, to me, that just means one person gave an ultimatum, either the guy or the girl, we need to get engaged, we need to get married. And the other person just placated. And then now they're just putting it off. Hey, can I get a witness? Goes, not sure if producers included enough info about the rushed wedding with Tiffany. They didn't. They only said like one line about it or something like that. I'm not going to lie, I Googled it because I had to get the back info. Can I get witnesses laughing? Jody41 says, that's funny. Major Lucky says, oh my God, you got me hollering trying to pronounce my name. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I don't dislike your show. I love your show. Oh, yay. I love you too. That's right. I love you. And I love all the candy canes in here. I love you guys. Yes. And if you love me and you love the show, or if you just like it, hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and support any way you can. But just being here is enough. I love you guys. So I saying that I'd rather be gone. Girl, me too. Me too. I would rather be gone and just happy with myself or someone new. But you're not keeping me holed up for 7 years or embarrassing myself, basically proposing and marrying myself with a surprise wedding, because that's what you're doing. When you, and again, my opinion, and I'm being heteronormative, but I'm not by any means discounting LGBTQ community. But this is just my opinion. I think anytime a woman proposes to a man or does a surprise wedding to a man, you're essentially marrying yourself. I'm traditionalist with that. And I'm not usually a very traditionalist person. I'm usually very, very open and liberal. But just for some reason, and again, this is only my personal opinion. I'm not saying what's wrong or right for anybody else's life. Just for me personally, I would not feel comfortable proposing to a man. I want to feel chosen. I want to feel pursued, and I want to feel chased, and I want to feel that when he proposes, then that's my time to accept him. Like he chose me and I'm accepting him, if that makes sense. But that's just how I feel. Everybody do you. Miss T, it's funny how Bravo doesn't keep up with the news. AT&T isn't a good source anymore. I know. They should have cut that. That was a really bad look. They should have cut it. Hey, Miss Drea. She goes, hey, yes. Let's see. Can I get what's this? Thanks for the great recap and insights at Candy Washington, the Candy Canes. Yes. Woo-hoo. What do you guys want to talk about this week? Is Beverly Hills back? Beverly Hills is back in New York. I need to catch up on New York. I don't even know what episode they're on. I kind of fell off. I'll catch up for you guys, though. I promise. Let's see. Yeah, see, my thing says it's like begging a man to see your worth, in my opinion. I agree. 100%. Ms. T says, I don't understand how the long engagements either. I'm looking at you, Tanya. Yeah, Tanya. Yes, very, very true. Yeah, so true. Hey, sunshine. I love the yes that you say. yes. I didn't even know I did that. That is so true. Thank you, sunshine. I appreciate you. Yes. You got me. Hey, Young Rich, she goes, let Tiffany and Melody fall out. We're going to know all about that rush wedding, waiting 7 years. We're going to, waiting 7 years. We're going to know the full details of each year. Yes, we will. That is so true. Jody 149 says, put a ring on it. Doom, doom, doom. Oh, wait, wrong hand. Doom, 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 doom. See, my things is not missing much on Roni. I know. Oh, and we can do a self-care session too. See which, maybe we'll do one on how to deal with rejection, how to cope with a breakup. Put it in the chat box. Do you want to do a self-care session on rejection, a breakup, healthy communication skills? Anything else? Let me know. Okay. And for you candy canes that may not know, we do self-care sessions as well in here. So the candy shop is at the intersection of pop culture and wellness and self-care. So we do the key with the reality shows and pop culture, but then we also do self-care sessions where we talk about mindfulness and self-esteem and communication and boundaries and relationships and all of that good stuff. So there's a lot going on, and check out the self-care sessions playlist on my YouTube channel. And there are so many interviews and self-care sessions there. Read the titles and pick the theme and have a good old time. Jody 149 says, what do you think about that show? Put a ring on it. I haven't seen it. I don't think that's my style. I don't know, but maybe I'll check it out. Let's see. Missy, Beverly Hills was back last week. Erica just did more fake crying and bad stories. Oh, Miss T says red flags. You know what, Miss T? That'll be our next self-care session, will be red flags. Done and done. Oh, Sumaya thinks his healthy communication skills been told I come across bossy. Okay. So also healthy communication. Come across bossy. Okay. Those are good. Okay. So actually, Sumai, let's talk about this right now. Healthy communication skills, been told I come across bossy. Okay. So this is twofold, right? So when it comes to healthy communication, if someone is calling you, okay, self-care session, how long is too long? That's a good one too. How long is too long? Okay, got that too. Okay, so if someone is saying that you're coming across bossy, that's twofold. One is, am I lacking in self-awareness? Am I not understanding that how people are receiving me? Like maybe I think I'm just being upfront and direct, but someone thinks I'm being abrasive or bossy or whatever. Coupled with, are you just labeling me bossy because of subconscious biases? Like, do you think that a woman isn't allowed to ask for these things or to push back or to be in a position of authority? Do you not think a Black woman is supposed to be in this position? So I think it's really managing. And I wanted to answer you because you had a personal, like a personal thing, been told that. So I think it's managing the self-awareness piece, like let me make sure that yes, I'm being assertive and I'm being direct, but I'm doing it in a respectful way. I'm leaving space for the person to respond and we're having a dialogue versus, well, am I being bossy? Or are you just not in a place to receive this from me because of who I am? Because both of those things happen, right? A lot of times as women, as Black women, if we are just assertive, if we are just in a position of power, if we just say what our boundaries and standards are, if we just say what our needs are, or if it's like a workplace, if we just say what the day-to-day is, some people don't respond to it because they don't think that they need to listen to us, or who do we think we are? So we're told that we're bossy, aggressive, all of these things. So I really think that it depends on the source and why they're saying it. So the first thing I would say is make sure that you clean up your street, that you're not being a pushover, you're not watering down yourself, you're not watering down your power, but make sure that you are talking in ways that are open, like, hey Jane Doe, I know that we have a deadline on Friday at 3:00 p.m. and it would be really great if you could meet that deadline. Is there anything that you need from me in order to get that deadline met? You see what I'm saying? So you're asserting that, hey, we need this done by 3:00, but then you're opening it up for, do you need support? Is there anything you need from me in order to get that done? You see what I'm saying? So to me, that's not really being bossy, but you're being direct. So we can talk about, that type of like healthy communication, how you make sure that you're being honest and direct, you're being clear, and you're leaving space for dialogue. But also don't feel that you need to dim your shine or be a doormat or not fully in your authority because someone is calling you bossy or whatever. So I think it's twofold when it comes to that. And we can dive deeper into that in the self-care session. I can give different guidance on healthy communication styles. And it's really healthy communication. It's really just about self-awareness, knowing how am I coming across? Is how I'm coming across being received the way I want it to be received? And then also having the emotional intelligence to know, how do other people communicate? Because it's just like a love language. People communicate differently. So being able to adapt to that as well. And then on the other side, consider the source. Maybe no matter what you say, you're going to be looked upon a certain way just because of who you are and how you look. So there's a lot of that too. Okay, that's what you guys are saying. Sumai Singh says, youngest in the department and Blackish. Exactly. To me, that is a lot of sexism and racism and ageism all rolled up into one. These people, no matter what you say, no matter how you say it, unless you're licking their ass, are going to have a problem with it. So make sure you're buttoned up, but do not dim your shine. Don't dumb yourself down to appease these people. Because from everything I've seen, you are intelligent, you are beautiful, you are kind. Like, I see you in the chat and you're great. You're such a sweetheart. So don't let anybody make you feel less than, or that you have to change you to make them feel comfortable. And remember, just because somebody calls you something, that doesn't mean that's what you are. It's not what people call you, it's what you respond to. And they are not the definitive be all end all of who you are. That is just their biased, sexist, ageist, probably some racism in there too, opinion. And thank God opinion is not fact. So honestly, I would probably say stay in your power, know who you are, communicate in a respectful yet direct way, and don't let them make you feel any less about who you are. Because being the youngest and Blackish, I can already tell you, they're please. If you were, please, you see what I'm saying? Randa said also, who mainly are calling you bossy? Men, white, subordinates, etc. Exactly. Sumaya Singh says that in a department of mostly older men, asserting what needs to be done without being personal. Yeah, but that's the thing when people are rooted in ego, and then their ego is mixed up with ageism and sexism and racism. They take a young Black woman telling them anything personally, even though it's not personal, because they're rooted in their own ego and their own isms. And that's why they get so bothered. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Sumai. She goes, thank you. Looking forward to the talk. Yes, exactly. Yes. Misty says social media, positive and negative effects on people, women. Okay. So social media, cause on people, women. Okay. Oh, and for that, you guys, in the chat box, my film is called Narcissist. I executive produced it and I wrote it and I'm in it. And it is actually all about the negative and positive effects of social media on people and on women. So you can watch it on Amazon Prime and on SoFi TV. And there's a link to it in the description box, but it's called Narcissist by Candy Washington. And you can watch it on Amazon Prime Video, and it's all about the pros and cons of social media. Young Rich says, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's going to be good. That is going to be good. Yay, Miss T. She goes, thanks for all the great comments. Yes. Young Rich says, free Mother Mary. No way, Young Rich. I have problems with Mary. Problems. Miss T says, sounds like gaslighting 101. Exactly. Randa says, also, what works for me is improving my emotional intelligence since I can't change people. 100%. When you have the emotional intelligence, the awareness, and the insight to know who you are, and then also to be able to discern why and what people are, like where other people are at, you don't personalize it and you don't internalize it. So when someone calls you mean or selfish or whatever it is, you know who you are. So you don't respond to what you're not. And then you're able to say, well, why is this person calling me this? What is it in them that is causing this? Rather than saying, what about me makes this person feel this way? Do you see? There's a difference. One is internalizing. What is it about me? Versus discerning the other person. Well, what is it about them? Because usually it's about their insecurity, their racism, their sexism, their ageism, their trauma, their projection, their fears. It's usually their stuff, basically. Usually when people are like that to someone else, it's their stuff. So when you're emotionally intelligent, you can be objective and say, well, what's going on with this person? Versus internalizing it, being like, well, what's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. Don't be somebody else's garbage can. Don't let somebody else dump their shit onto you. Don't do it. And that's the core of it. Being able to have the awareness and the understanding and the consciousness of who you are. You are worthy. You are beautiful. You are intelligent. You are deserving. You are lovable. You are enough. You are all of those things. And when you stand in who you are, you don't have the space to take on other people's trash based on their stuff. And it's really about working on your self-concept. When you get a really good, and your self-concept is really just how do you feel about you? When you're able to get that really good self-concept and you work on your emotional intelligence, you have the discernment of, is this person accurately speaking about who I am? Or is this person just projecting their own stuff onto me? And if that's the case, I choose not to take it. Sumai says, thanks, Randa. Yes. And Miss T says, it feels like a case study on Kimmie and how she thinks. I love Kimmie. Young Rich says, I think Mava was innocent and didn't know her son was sneaking in a runaway who was in a relationship with Annie's house. But then again, why wasn't the husband charged as well? No, the reason why I heard about that. No, the reason why I have an issue with Mary is the way she treats her congregation and the fishiness around her grandmother's death and the fishiness around the alleged will and leading people out of the businesses and how her family got left with nothing, but Mary has all this money and she married her grandmother's husband. That to me is the issue with Mary. This whole like hiding a fugitive stuff, that just sounds like the son got caught up with a wrong girl. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Miss T. Rihanna says, shine bright like a diamond. Exactly, like a diamond. Woohoo! Okay, you guys, we have been on here for over 2 hours. So I'm going to let you guys go. But this was so much fun. So much fun. I missed my candy canes. I missed you guys. I love you guys. I missed you, so I'm side-eyeing Mary's whole story. I am side-eyeing Mary's whole existence. Agreed. Especially with the stuff when it comes to the church and those people. Girl, I hate it when people exploit people like that, right? Especially when they use God and the Bible to do it. That you're not doing God's work. You're not. You're just trying to get richer. Anywho, I love you guys. Oh, Miss T says, don't forget to stay home and like this video. That's right. Wear a mask, social distance, get vaccinated. I'm telling you guys, there's the Delta variant. There's all this stuff going on. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. And please stay safe. I love you, beautiful candy canes. We'll be back tomorrow. I got my tech working. Are you guys proud of me? Shout out. I don't think she made it to this live, but if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much, Shrinking Sharon, for helping with StreamYard and everything. So it seems like we're in a good place. So Young Rich said, you said, girl? Yeah, I did. Anyway, I love you guys, okay? You guys all be safe. Hey, Angel Beast that had a good night. Like the video, subscribe, share it with friends. If you're watching on the replay, I love you and I thank you. And yeah, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Hit that notification bell to get notified. And yeah, we will be back tomorrow. Mwah. Bye, everybody. I love you. And please stay safe, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.